So this is part 2 of how I look at a federal RFP, and we're using the same one that we did before. So this section, section 1, is called the program description. It provides you a tremendous amount of information, and we're not going to go over this word by word, but this is where your attention to detail becomes very important. So first off, it gives you the statutory authority, which is to say how come that they can offer this money. And then they go to the background, which is the overview of the PREP program. And the PREP program is the name of the federal law, Personal Responsibility Education Program. So you're already learning that there's a lot of jargon going to be involved here. But it gives you an overview of what the legislation says about the program, and it's designed to educate adolescents on both abstinence and contraception and to prevent pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections, including HIV/AIDS. And projects must incorporate at least 3 of 6 adult preparation subjects, and it lists what those 6 are. So already you see that whichever agency is going to get this award has a lot of work in front of them. They've got to have a program about abstinence and contraception. It's got to prevent pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections, and it's got to look at some adult behaviors. So that's quite a span of projects and efforts to take place. All right, so it's also promoting healthy transitions to adulthood through positive youth development. Okay, so this agency that's applying for this probably has to already be involved in youth development and working with youth. There's a lot involved in this. They also talk now, as we scroll down, about evidence-based information, what positive youth development is. Okay, so there's a definition that needs to be highlighted. Talks about what should be involved in teen pregnancy prevention. And a positive youth development programming approach, that's PYD, works with vulnerable youth and should take into account trauma and mental health needs of many young people who have experienced maltreatment, abuse, or exposure to violence. So again, this is a lot of stuff to be dealing with in one grant proposal. Here are the overall objectives of the PREP programs, and this is part of the congressional language, so it's got to be there. There are these 4 goals. So as you're thinking about whether to apply for this or not, you think, well, these are 4 very important goals we have to make sure that we incorporate into our proposal. As we move down to the project requirements, there's more here. Okay, so who is the target population? That's listed here. So you can see there's a lot of detail here. And it talks about perhaps Hispanics, African American or Native American youth, those involved in the system, rural youth, runaway youth, out-of-school youth, fathers under the age of 21, and trafficked youth or youth who are at risk of becoming trafficked. Okay, so this already has taken more than 4 minutes, and we're running out of time here on this 5-minute video. But you can see the level of detail, and all of this is something you have to remember as you're moving along. And a lot of information here about performance measures and so on. So the point here is that the information that you need is here, but you're going to have to read it more than once. You're going to have to print this off. You would highlight it and keep it all in mind as you begin writing the proposal. First, though, use it to decide if you even want to write this proposal or not. Thanks.